Brothers, sisters and bears, welcome to the craziest first-person shooter in the history of FPS games.
Say what?
Huh? This game, created by Broadside Games and published by Raven Court, has mostly been done by 3 people. But the scope, quality and amount of game is more than most single-player AAA games has to offer. Again and again, this game managed to blow my puny little brain with its awesomeness, and it managed to take me back to one of my most beloved gaming memories. I'm talking back in 2001, a young Zlim with hair on his head was gaming Jak and Daxter on his PlayStation 2. His mother was away for the weekend, so his grandmother was taking care of him. Plugged in the PS2 into the living room on the big TV he did, and his grandmother, sweet and kind as she is, served him with sweets, love and care. It was just such a cozy and great moment in my life that it stuck with me as one of the best gaming memories. And this game, it has the color, the wackiness and the art design to fit a game just like Jak and Daxter or Ratchet and Clank, but transforms it into a bullet hell first-person shooter.
I've been wandering for what seems like hours. If I don't find some water soon, I'm in danger of becoming a little thirsty.
Power up! Alright, Maxie, you got this guy.
Time to boldly kill what no man has killed before.
And this grown-up Zlim without hair on his head is here today to let you know why this game is so freaking awesome. So the story of the game is definitely not one of a serious character. You start off as a scientist that goes by the name of Maxwell. On your scientific exploration through space, you capture a bear named Bertana. The other bears, they won't accept this, so they threaten to destroy your scientific spaceship. Smart as you are, you do a space jump to get out of there. But that space jump doesn't really go as planned, and your DNA is merged with Bertana's. And where in actual space you landed after the jump, well, that's kinda unclear. Or at least in my book it is. But what is clear is that you now possess the power of a bear and you need to get back to Earth. Now the journey back to Earth is fully voice acted, loaded with an insane amount of interesting and fun side characters. Levels that takes around an hour to finish, filled to the absolute max with secrets, side areas, new weapons and fun events. I'm talking events where you will go like, holy shit, this is so much fun and impressive. I can't believe that this is just a side activity in the game. A side activity that I just as well could have missed or skipped. I mean, prepare to have your mind blown, but one of the side activities goes like this.
Now, just what is all this commotion?
No time to explain, sir. We're here to save you from the crazed pirates. Your peaceful way of life is at risk.
And why, pray tell, would I abandon my island lifestyle and give up my sweet mansion? By my crumpled, bullet-hole-ridden corpse? I shan't ever leave!
That works too. We'll rescue you or kill you trying. HQ, tell a mission accomplished and we're awaiting extraction.
And the game boasts environments that ranges from deserts, fantasy forests with castles, Halloween-themed swamps and a carnival and a ton of freaking more. It literally feels like the developers didn't hold back on anything their imagination could come up with and ended up creating something truly fun, enjoyable and memorable. I actually really enjoyed the different environments and the feeling of never ever knowing what's around the next corner. A new wacky encounter, change of environments, a puzzle, platforming, a boss or perhaps something completely new and fresh.
Good. You quenched my thirst for oil. You've earned this peace.
So now that you get what the game is about, let's jump into the actual gameplay segment. Here we'll go into some raw gameplay, show and talk about some of the level design, enemies, weapons, different options and a lot more. And seeing how this game has a lot going for it, this segment might turn out to be a few minutes long. There is just so much to talk about. But even if you will be getting a good grip of what the game is like in this segment, it will still only be a fraction that I show of this otherwise massive game.
Go, Mac. Clear out your desk. You're fired.
Now, before we jump into the raw gameplay, I want to talk a little extra on a few of the aspects in the gameplay segment, that is. Let's start with the weapons. Holy meatballs and macaronis, there are some crazy weapons in this game, to say the least. And a ton of them. Enough to fill up 2 pretty big weapon wheels. And that is not all, my friends. Some of them are upgradable. Not all of them, but the majority of them. Both in terms of firepower and ammo capacity. Some upgrades even alters the way they fire and look completely. Now, it works in the same way as it does in Ratchet & Clank, so how does that work? Well, first of all, you start off with weaker and fewer weapons. As you progress, you find new weapons and the merchant starts to sell you more the further into the game you are. The same merchant that also sells capacity upgrades for your weapons and a few other things here and there. He, however, does not hold the power to unlocking the full potential of your weapons. The only way to actually unlock that is through slaughter. The more enemies you kill with a weapon, the more XP it gets. So with enough kills, a weapon levels up, growing in power and looks. An awesome mechanic that is great for playing around with all the weapons, but also for rewarding you for killing with your favorite weapon. It also brings in some replayability into the mix. Seeing as every weapon takes a bit of kills to actually level up, there is no way that you will have upgraded all of them once you finish the game. But that's alright, because just as me, I'm assuming the average bear will have some challenges and secrets left to uncover once done. But I will touch more on the replayability in just a little bit.
Could you imagine a game that slow, Max? Could ya? Screw that.
Now, the general combat of the game is fluid, and I say general because the game boasts so many different variants of combat in it. At one point you might be playing asteroids in a spaceship, the other might have you going back into time splitters and everything in between. But all aspects are both fun and created with love and passion that truly shows. Although the main combat is bullet hell fast-paced action, you will be fighting a ton of different bots, all with different attacks, move patterns and styles to them. And sprinkled in, we got a ton of freaking bosses as well. Some that are super fun and unique, others that are pretty generic and not so fun, but all extremely well done. Which is one of the things that makes me love this game so freakishly much. There is just so many things to this game, and every single aspect of it, whether it be driving a boat or flying in space, is just of so immense high freaking quality and well designed that it makes all the aspects super fun to play through, and also very memorable. But that said, bullet hell FPS games is something that the world is lacking right now, and Bears in Space, it nails it. It nails the bullet hell combat areas. The enemies and their attacks, including your very own attacks, is just freaking phenomenal. And this is further amped up by the game's excellent level design. I told you there are a ton of different environments that you will be exploring, but there is also puzzles, platforming, interactions, short and long events that will have every level feel fresh, new and fun in a way that I haven't experienced in a game in a long while, or ever. I'm truly baffled by this game, and I'm not overreacting or buttering the game saying this. I really want you to understand that this game is something extra that has done more than enough to deserve these words. Now, my friends, let's hop into some raw gameplay to give you a good glimpse of what the game truly is like. So my friends, welcome to some raw gameplay of Bears in Space. Before we jump in, I actually want to show you the options. So we got something pretty impressive here. We got the regular, normal, easy, blah blah blah. We got combat difficulty, and if we turn this down, we can actually fine-tune the combat, the outgoing damage multiplier, incoming damage multiplier. We also have respawn mode. I am absolutely not using respawn mode for this review. No, not at all. What it does essentially is that if you die, you don't restart from a checkpoint. You just respawn, which is really cool because that means I don't have to quick save all the time. And there is no quick save in this game, so it really helps. And we got platform difficulty. Meaning, if you, say, want to let your kids play this game, you can turn the platforming difficulty down, so it makes it much more accessible for everyone. Same with the combat difficulty scaler. It makes it so accessible for anyone and everyone. And there is no blood in this game. There are robots, there are oil. Now let's jump into it. Now this is the 4th level in the game. I don't want to show the latest levels.
Break any more of my damn
Oh, okay.
You will pay.
Oh, snap. Okay, so we are a bear. We like to break China. But should I? I didn't. I didn't break it. Would you have liked me to break it? Leave a comment down below. Now, just as we saw, the start of the level was pretty calm. It was pretty nice. We could have done a little bit of a side activity there. And that is throughout the game. And we got so many different enemies. Okay, I want to get behind this guy, but he won't let me. He has a little tank on his back that makes him go kapoof in an instant. Did I get him? I got him. Okay, good. Those shields are not breakable with laser projectiles. You need to have bullets to actually break them. Or melee. Melee works also. So, this is a bullet hell game, if you haven't noticed. There will be projectiles flying absolutely everywhere. So you will have to dance around it in the combat scenarios. And sometimes it goes like this, a more hallway-like areas filled with enemies. Sometimes it goes much more open area, making it a lot easier for you to dance around. But those open areas are usually jam-packed with way more enemies, just like this right here. Let's see how this event turns out. You're not gonna let me through there, nope. It's time to dance, baby. Also, of course, we have strategically placed red barrels in every arena. We also got jump pads and stuff like that. There's also a lot of verticality in many of the arenas. This one doesn't have all that much. This is really plain and open. But it's present. No area or arena is even remotely the same as the last one. Oh, I was gonna say easy peasy, but we're not done. And I'm running out of ammo. Easy peasy. So that was the general combat of the game. Very bullet hellish, very dancey. But did you notice how freaking well the animations on the weapons are? And the animations on killing the enemies? How they just turn into bits and pieces. It is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, what do we have here? Should we throw a grenade? That was better. Okay, I think we might have a little bit of platforming ahead of us here. Let's see. Definitely. Very, very Ratchet and Clanky. Ooh, okay. Let's use a long-range weapon here. The armor rag. Now, I have unlocked a lot of weapons. You won't be having all of these weapons once you're here, but this weapon that I'm holding right now is the weapon that he just gave you. So let's see what it's about. But do know that this game emphasizes replayability. So there are a ton of secrets in each level. Like here we got challenges, we got trading cards that we need to find. And if you want to jump back into a level and replay it, you can. And every level has 3 checkpoints that you can choose where you want to start from. And it highlights what challenges are in that checkpoint. So that is super convenient for replayability. And if you want to upgrade your weapons even further, like me, I don't even have all the weapons at max level. Far from it. Then, if I want to do that, I have to replay. Now let's blast some bots. This is a good weapon. I love this weapon. And it's also beautiful. Look at the freaking sway animations on it. It just adds so much to the sense of speed and overall quality of the game. It's freaking beautiful, man. And I have to say that the game is super, super well optimized. I was having problems with the demo way back when we streamed it. Those problems are completely gone. I am currently recording this at the same PC as I'm playing. Everything is maxed out and there are a gazillion freaking enemies on screen at once that all go into bits and pieces and oil squirting everywhere. So yeah, the performance is actually great. Let's use the SFG on this mother creeper. I love this gun. Love this gun. Oh, we can't use that yet. So, the thing that I just pulled up here, they're called tools. We got a bunch of different tools. They're used to solve puzzles, to platform, all kind of crazy stuff. Just another factor into how the game constantly changes it up, and you have no idea what's around the next corner. Oopsie. Anti-grav test room. Yeah, okay, we got a secret in here. Have no idea how to actually get in there. Oh. Okay, so we need to find hidden buttons. We got 1, 2. Oh, okay, we need one more. Where can it be? Okay, yeah, no, I can totally not find a third button. So I'm gonna leave this one for you guys. So this level has a fairly consistent theme throughout. That is not the case for all levels, let me tell you. You can be in at least 5 different environments in one level sometimes, and I mean completely different. I'm talking Doom castles, dark forests, pirate areas, the Caribbean, anything that the imagination can think of, this freaking game has it. And this is crazy, I'm about to die. Maybe we can see the respawn mode here in work. I'm gonna do my best to not die though. I died. See, this is the respawn thing. It is super convenient, especially if you're playing on harder difficulties. Not sure if the achievements will... Actually, if there is one to like not play with respawn mode. Could be. There's 77 achievements for the game for you to hunt down. And in my 20 hours that I played, 20 and a half hours, I unlocked around 60 achievements and finished maybe 75% of all the challenges. This guy right here, this is one of 3 checkpoints in each level. You just press him.
Chill out, dudes. Your game's been saved.
Voila. But it does autosave throughout. This is just one of the checkpoints that I talked about earlier, that you can jump in here if you want to replay the level and you don't want to start from finish all the time. From start. Then you can start from here if you want to. Okay, this is a little bit scary. What do we have here?
Whoa, check out that big butt. Let's be careful to not wake it up, Max.
I told you guys I was gonna show you a boss. So, what do you think this is? Okay, so we gotta answer the right question here, and we cannot wake up the big guy. Delta Ray Robotson, Robot the Toro, Robbie Unitas, or Larry. I'm liking Toro. That was the wrong one. Dang it.
Could not be more incorrect.
10 minutes until power-up sequence is complete.
Really, Max? I knew that wasn't the right answer. Quick,
Of course.
look for a way to stop the count.
Scavenge for components. Let's do it. Ha! Look at that fish. Anyone recognize it? Leave a comment down below. Let me know.
Well, that did nothing. What were you thinking? Why didn't you just use this button?
This is typical Bearson's face. I mean,
See? We can abort the sequence now.
I like it. I like it. I can't deny it. I actually like it.
Startup timer aborted. Activation commencing now.
Oops. We woke up the boss, guys.
Look at that.
That is definitely one of the hardest bosses in this game. I'm kidding, of course, that was just a joke boss, but the bosses are a huge part in this game. And let's jump into one right now. Beautiful boss area, I have to say. This is one of the earliest bosses in the game, just so you know. There are a ton more than just this one.
Your terror has reached my ears. The time of your reckoning is now. Come forth and settle this like real fighters.
I'm ready. Bring it. Come on.
That's how you want to play it, huh? How about I take you outside and show you what it's like?
That's how I want to play it.
Now
We're talking.
my true form.
And we got the bullet hell mechanics, we got it all here, we got it all. And just as I said, this is one of the earlier bosses in the game. This one is fairly easy compared to a lot of the others. Some of them are actually quite freaking hard if you ask me. The balance in the difficulty on the bosses is not really top notch. Like this one right here, I didn't die a single time, I wasn't struggling at all. But some of the others, they are... Oof. They pack a punch. They pack a punch.
Just whip out that binary gun you've got and sign here.
We just smushed him into pieces. Oh yeah, baby. Now we entered the bear mode. With this thing, we got a ton of different attacks and stuff. Let me show you one that I really like. We just gotta fill up the bear energy before we can actually use it. Here we go. Guys, I hope this gave you a good glimpse into how especially the combat is in this game. There are so much more that I want to show you guys, but I don't want to spoil it for you. But if you want to see even more from this game, go check out my stream. It will happen on the 22nd or the 23rd of March, and it will feature a giveaway for this game, so don't miss that. Now, back to the review. The overall presentation of the game is actually great. It's using the modern Unreal Engine with high-res textures, great lighting and unique art style, but not overly cluttered environments and a childish but very clean world. But it really is the attention to the small details that makes it so freaking baffling good. I'm talking everything from the weapons to the individual robots and the animations. If you look closely at the weapons as an example, as I move around you can see the sway and animation work that's put into them. It really just adds so much to the feeling of the fast combat, and it's a small detail, but one that amps it up so much. Now the music is actually really good. For some reason I was having quite low expectations in this department, but the overall audio quality is really good with a touch of jank here and there. And the music, well, it's actually great, blending different genres and moods throughout the game, and while in combat, the metal kicks in. Floppy D is here to stay. Yes, you should. Overall, I had a fantastic time with this game. From the combat to the jokes, I was really enjoying every minute of it. But yes, the humor, it does start to dull down on you, especially if you play it every day like I did until I was done with it. That said though, the game is around 20 hours long if you put a little bit of effort into the secret hunting, which you really should. And I mean, that's quite a long game. So, I mean, the humor dulling down after a while, it's not anything strange. It would be like watching Rick and Morty for 20 hours in the span of 3 to 4 days. The fun factor, it just kinda drops a little bit. And sometimes the game just felt incredibly unfair. Yes, you do have a lot of options to fine-tune the difficulty, but once you nail that fine-tuning, you don't want to have to go in and have to fiddle with it again. But some areas and fights, they are just freaking impossible compared to the rest of the game. So while the options are there, I'd still like to see a more balanced difficulty throughout the game. But that said, I was enjoying marathon playing this game due to its fast-paced combat and constant change of environments, weapons, events and characters. So if I were you, I would not hold off on this. It really is a remarkable achievement to create a game of this scope and quality with a team of only 3 people. And not only does this game deserve your time, you also deserve to have a really damn good time with this game. And while it's downloading, don't miss these.